Chapter 408, Crisis. The black-robed elder and the other three devilish powerhouses. Because they were worried about Kang Chon's attack, even though they were severely injured, they rigidly executed the heavenly demon disintegration technique, utilizing the power gained from burning their lives to forcibly instantaneously leave. Before leaving, the black-robed old man left his name behind, and he glared at Kang Tia with a face full of resentment. "Kid, this is the first time that the old man, the Martyr King, has ended up in such a sorry state, and this revenge will definitely be remembered forever and returned 10,000 times over in the coming days." Regarding his threat, Kang Tia smiled disdainfully, as long as he waited for his cultivation to reach the peak of the 9th level of the divine separation stage. The combined stage-sealed king powerhouses were no longer the slightest threat to him. Even now, with the existence of the Broken Dawn Immortal Mansion, he wasn't afraid of a conjugation stage-sealed king powerhouse. Moreover, if he was forced to use that half-immortal artifact Heaven-Breaking Blade, I'm afraid that he would be able to directly kill a harmonization stage-sealed king. Therefore, the threat of the Martyr King was simply a joke. At this moment, Kang Tia concentrated on dealing with the 4 heavenly tribulation progenitor bodies. Originally, he was already going to destroy these 4 progenitor bodies, but seeing that the other progenitor bodies used self-detonation to injure the heavenly worker elder and the others, so he couldn't help but be vigilant in his heart and started to be careful. Sure enough, soon, the 4 progenitor bodies suddenly self-detonated, but Kang Tia, who had already been on guard, easily dodged through, allowing the heavenly tribulation to dissipate helplessly. "I didn't expect this brat to have such a strong talent." Not far away, Elder Chagong secretly thought, his face gloomy. He and the strong man from the 10,000 Buddhist sect didn't leave in a hurry, but dragged their heavily injured bodies and sat down beside 1,000 birch to heal their wounds. As they were both strong members of the righteous path, Chen Hua naturally escorted them, and they also believed that Kang Tia wouldn't dare to openly kill a strong member of the righteous path at this time. "Elder Chiagong, this son's great power has been established. With the defense of the dawn-breaking immortal mansion, we can't help him at all. What should we do now?" The 10,000 Buddhist sect powerhouse transmitted his voice. On the side, 100 Flower Sect's Chen Hua was silent. She had already made up her mind not to provoke Kang Tia anymore, and she had no greed for this Broken Dawn Immortal Mansion. This ... Elder Chiagong sniffed with some embarrassment. Kang Tia was his heavenly Dao sect's disciple, while he, as an elder, couldn't do anything about Kang Tia, which made him very stifled and ashamed. "I will report this matter to the Patriarch and War Elder. Old friend, don't worry. Our heavenly Dao sect will definitely give you an explanation." After contemplating for a moment, Elder Heavenly Worker had no choice but to say so. He felt that the current situation was no longer something he could handle. At that moment, Elder Heavenly Worker took out Elder War's communication jade slip and transmitted the message. As for Kang Tia at this moment, he was bathing in a golden ocean, feeling the sweet rain that descended after the heavenly tribulation. His entire body was soothed, and his heart was very peaceful. The peak of the 3rd layer of the divine separation stage, the 7th layer of the 9 revolution Zhuanggong. Kang Tia felt the situation inside his body. His face was full of excitement and thrill. Nowadays, his strength was comparable to that of a great circle powerhouse at the parting of the divinity stage, and together with the blood knife at the peak level of the king's treasure artifact, he was practically confident to fight with the Seal King powerhouses at the combined stage. Of course, compared to these, the treasures in the Broken Dawn Immortal Mansion were the source of Kang Tia's confidence. With these treasures, his path would be much smoother afterwards. This trip to the Broken Dawn Immortal Mansion was considered to have completely laid the cornerstone for him to dominate the cultivation world. Humph, these old farts. Looking at the three Tiagong elders, not far away, the color of disdain flashed in Kang Chon's eyes. And as he was about to speak, he steeply heard a loud shout coming from his mind. "Kid, hurry up. There are strong people coming," Emperor Dan practically shouted. Kang Tia was instantly startled. Although he was a bit flustered, he trusted Emperor Dan very much. And at the sound of his words, he immediately headed in a direction and prepared to instantly move away. But Kang Chon's face immediately changed drastically as he had realized that the space around him was blocked, making it impossible for him to instantly move. And at this moment, a huge pressure swept in, and in the sky, a blood-colored cloud came at great speed, emitting a terrifying might. Above the blood-red cloud stood a powerful figure, like a war god that stood on top of the sky, sharp and powerful, with his che rushing into the sky. "Are you the Bloodblade King's senior brother, Kang Chia?" The person who came was a young man, dressed in a blood-colored robe, dressed like the poison sect genius he knew, Ling Hongblood, except that the strength of his aura was far from being comparable to Ling Hongblood. Kang Chia looked at the blood-clothed man, his eyes filled with gravity. The strength of this person was simply unimaginable. Since the Bloodblade King is dead, then his senior brother doesn't need to live anymore. "Remember, my name, Blood-St. King." The blood-clothed youth took one step. The void trembled, and the terrifying pressure caused the heavens to nearly suffocate. Not far away, when the heavenly worker elder and the others heard this person's name, each of their complexions changed drastically, their faces filled with horror. Blood-St. King, a Sun King of the poison sect, a person of the same generation as eldest brother, who had traveled across the cultivation world and had only lost once under eldest brother, an extremely powerful Sun King, who was well known throughout the entire Flood continent. The three heavenly worker elders were instantly horrified. They had to know that this Blood-St. King was the most ruthless. Due to his defeat at the hands of the eldest senior brother back then, his heart was very jealous of the heavenly Dao sect's disciples. But all the heavenly Dao sect's disciples he encountered had no chance of life or death. "Hurry up." Almost instantly, when the heavenly worker elder heard the Blood-St. King's words fall, he couldn't help but let out a loud roar before taking the lead in a direction ******. Because the void was blocked, he was unable to instantly move. "Escape. Can you escape? Humph." Looking at the fleeing heavenly worker elder, the Blood-St. King, standing on top of the blood-colored clouds, flashed a hint of disdain in his eyes and laughed coldly. Subsequently, the blood-colored clouds under his feet boiled, transforming into a shocking blood-colored hand that covered towards the heavenly worker elder at a strangely fast speed. Not long after, in the heavenly worker elder's terrified and despairing gaze, the shocking blood-colored hand, suppressed, grabbed him fiercely, and then pinched him into smithereens, only to see an explosive sound resounding in midair. The poor heavenly worker elder turned into a bloody mist. His corpse and bones were nowhere to be found. Looking at the miserably dead heavenly worker elder, the 1,000 birches of the 100 Flowers sect and the powerhouses of the 10,000 Buddhist sect were all cold and fearful. A powerful combined body stage Seal King was actually this unbeatable. The strength of the Blood-St. King was revealed without a doubt. Boom. At this moment, Kang Chia resisted the shock in his heart. Taking advantage of the Blood-St. King's killing of the heavenly worker elder, he prepared to ride the Dawnbreaker immortal mansion to leave. In his mind, Emperor Dan suddenly yelled, "There's no escape. Quickly change direction and enter the Nine Heavens Illusion Realm." Nine Heavens Illusion Realm. Kang Chia shuddered at his words. "This person is extremely strong, almost comparable to your eldest senior brother. Even if I was in my heyday, I wouldn't be enough for him to pinch with one hand. You can't escape in front of him at all. Only by entering the Nine Heavens Illusionary Realm will you have a chance of survival." Emperor Don's face was unprecedentedly grave. "It's comparable to eldest senior brother. Wouldn't that be a combined stage seal emperor powerhouse? Kang Qiao was instantly shocked at his words, then gritted his teeth and rushed towards the Nine Heavens illusion realm. A conjunction staged sealed emperor powerhouse. This was an absolute powerhouse second only to the law enforcement elders, known as the overlord of the cultivation world, and had the highest status in the flood continent. Encountering this kind of powerhouse, there was almost no chance of death, and Kang Qiao had to be nervous. On the blood-colored clouds, after the Blood St. King resolved the heavenly worker elder, he was about to resolve the 1,000 birches of the 100 Flowers sect, and that strong man of the 10,000 Buddhist sect. But he didn't want to see Kang Qiao escaping, so he coldly laughed at that moment. Want to enter the Nine Heavens illusion realm? Rather a clever little fellow, and also has some vigor, worthy of being the Bloodblade King's senior brother. If you were given time, it is possible to become the second Bloodblade King, but unfortunately, I am not the Mad Demon King, so you don't have that chance. The Blood St. King laughed coldly as he gave up on killing the 100 Flower sects, 1,000 Birch, and the 10,000 Buddha sects powerhouses, and instead chased after Kang Qiao as he took a single step that spanned thousands of miles, like shrinking the earth. Hurry! When the 100 Flower sects, 1,000 Birches, and the 10,000 Buddha sects powerhouses saw the Blood St. King chasing after Kang Qiao, they were instantly relieved and hurriedly pulled out their legs, never daring to look back. At the edge of the Nine Heavens illusionary realm, Kang Qiao harnessed the dawn-breaking immortal mansion and rushed in, transforming into a meteor-like light and heading towards the center of the Nine Heavens illusionary realm *******. However, right at this moment, a gorgeous blood-colored light came tearing through the void and fiercely blasted on top of the broken dawn immortal mansion.